A lot of debate right now going on. Should churches stay closed? Should they reopen? Many of them are in legal battles. And two very well-known pastors actually debated about this. And we're going to find out which one do you agree with. Before I jump in all that, guys, really quick, if you enjoy my daily content here on YouTube, I encourage you can help support my ministry on Patreon for as little as $5 a month at patreon.com/conservativetruth. That link in the description gets you access to all of my bonus content, talking a lot more about sensitive information. You get the alerts for anything that posts to the Patreon platform. Unlike YouTube, you guys are not getting all the alerts, and you have missed a ton of my content. So when you get done watching this video, just browse back to see what it is that you've missed. Also got to send a special shout out to Gigi, who recently became a $5 patron. Thank you so much, Gigi, for the support. It is so much appreciated. You are awesome. Now, guys, please like this video, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, and I wear the glasses because I'm blind. Now, the debate went on here between pastors John MacArthur, who is the senior pastor for Grace Community Church in Sun Valley, California, and Pastor Andy Stanley, who is the senior pastor of North Point Community Church in Alpharetta, Georgia. We had two very opposing views on this subject. It was a moderator, this Gabe Lyons, who's the founder of Q Ideas. He sat down here in the middle for this debate. Now, like I said, these two could not be further apart on their ideas on what the church should do during this current time with Corona, everything going on. Let me first get to John MacArthur. Pastor John MacArthur has been making headlines recently. I've talked a lot about him here on my channel. They're in California. They are trying to shut him down. They do not want his church to be able to hold in-person services. He's currently battling Governor Gavin Newsom. He's battling LA County. They first told him that he couldn't, host any in-person services. Singing was banned. He couldn't do that. Then, an appeals court steps in and says, oh, now you can hold your services inside. Then another judge gets involved. It's been this back and forth battle, and he has continued, though, nonetheless, to hold these services. But what he said during this debate, he is calling on churches everywhere to challenge their governments and to reopen their churches. He says, we can no longer believe the lies of the lockdowns. He says, we shut down for a period of 4 weeks. We did the online thing. But you know what? Then people started showing up at the church. Why? Because the numbers weren't adding up. Everything that they were telling us about how deadly this was, how many lives were going to be lost, says it was all a lie. He says, as a pastor, I'm a truth teller. I have to get out there in front of my congregation. I have to be able to tell the truth. And this is government overreach. They want to shut the church down. They want to shut the mouth of the church, especially in this current time when people need God more than ever before in their life. So he's telling people everywhere, no matter what state you're in, if right now you're in a state, you're in a city where they're saying that you cannot hold in-person services, he said get in there and hold your services. And I happen to agree with him completely, 100% on that. Now, let's talk about Pastor Andy Stanley here. Completely different view. Now here, the North Point Community Church leader, they actually shut down their churches for the entire rest of 2020. Now, keep in mind, this was not a government mandate. This was a decision that Pastor Stanley made several months ago for them to go ahead and do this. So you might be saying to yourself, why would a pastor willingly shut down their own in-person church services? Now, they're still doing online. But his answer was this. The reason that we shut down in-person services is because we love our neighbors. That was his reasoning, because we love our neighbors, because we care for our neighbors. And we wanted to spread that message. This is what Jesus would do. This is what Jesus would say. And that he felt that it was just way too dangerous to have his church doors open, having people pour in there in the state of Georgia. So they're just going to close it down for the rest of the year, which, by the way, there's no plans even in 2021. If and even when they're going to reopen again. They might be doing online for the foreseeable future. I don't know. But he actually came out and said in this debate that he does not think that churches need to push back against the government. What is wrong with this guy? You want to talk about two opposing views? You had it here in this debate, not to push back against the government. Said that, well, we need to really just trust the government. I mean, look like they're handling a really big situation right now. We have to have some trust and faith in them. He does not think that the governments are trying to purposely shut down the churches, to try to shut their mouth. I mean, I'm sorry. He's just wrong. He is wrong here. You know what? He's saying this because he's an SJW, he's woke, whatever the case is here, okay? But he's completely wrong. This is one of those churches here in North Point where I would be like, don't go to a church like this. Don't go to a church where you have the lead pastor who is encouraging the shutdown of the church. Don't go to a church like that. Don't watch their online service. Don't support them. This is not where you need to be. You have someone in MacArthur here who's a lot more up there in years. The guy's like 80 years old, but he's in the trenches. He's fighting. He probably doesn't want to, but he's doing it because he knows that it's the right thing to do. And you got Stanley that's saying, no, leave the government alone. Don't push back against them. They know what's best. We can trust them. Give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, the fact that this Stanley, shut down his in-person services for the whole rest of the year, he did this without any data whatsoever, not knowing that, the cases are probably going to be dropping. We could probably open up our services again. Nope, just a whole year. And beyond that, maybe even the whole next year too. We'll see. Well, what do you guys think? Who do you agree with here when it came to this debate? Do you agree with Pastor John MacArthur, or do you agree with Pastor Andy Stanley? I'll put some more information down below in the description. You can check out some of the transcript of the debate that they had. I welcome your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.